Let's get to some emails. Emails brought to you by Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes, your one-stop shop for all mailboxes. Needanewmailbox.com. You can always email us, RizShow@1057thepoint.com. This is a long one. This is probably the longest email I've ever
oh my gosh.
Read here on the segment. So buckle in, okay?
Whoa.
Quick story. I love how those are the first two words. Quick story.
Opposite.
Quick story that led me to enjoy my first Taco John's experience. I've listened to the Riz Show since riding to school with my older brother starting in 2010. 13 years of growing up across the river in 618, going to Point Fest, showing shows, changing names. We lost Jeff, getting new people on the show. This is somehow the first email I've ever sent. And I haven't lived in the listening area for years, but I pay for Spotify just to hear you dorks argue about if somebody is an a-hole for bringing a dog to the gym. Cue the sad music.
Oh.
Okay. You know what?
Can we get that?
I don't know.
Where's the cue?
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
I can't do that. That's a very special.
It is.
You only get so
Let's
many
see
of
how
those
it.
here.
Oh, okay. I kind of want it.
Let's try it.
Just do it. Let's go.
It's a special moment.
Please do it. Yes.
Lauren sneezes with her eyes open.
I don't know. Are you guys sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say go for it now.
My heart's
We've
feeling
committed to the third button push.
Oh, it feels good.
I lost my job 2 weeks before Christmas last year. I had no idea what I was supposed to do and how I was to support my family consisting of my better half, my girlfriend, our small farm, yes, a legit few acres, and we raise crops, all pets, horses, and the mortgage. I felt like a failure as a man and as a partner for losing my source of income. My previous job, having been a professional management setting, listening to shows over the years and hearing all the random jobs you guys have had, especially Moon, just to make ends meet, inspired me along with my girlfriend and my family to keep going. So I set out to find a way I could to support my family and ended up in the driver's seat of a cement truck. I'm not super happy with my job, but everybody's struggles talked about on the show has helped me come to terms with realizing I really am being the best man I can be. Even if it's just jamming gears and slinging wet rocks to pay my bills for the time being. I probably need to be ultra clear here. I have nothing, absolutely nothing against cement truck drivers or any other crucial infrastructure workers. This kind of job, it's just not my thing.
Okay.
Back to the TJs. Every day on deliveries, I drive past a little building that bears the logo, nay, the icon of what quick service tacos should be.
Yes.
Taco John's. After working a half day this past Saturday, I was famished and needed some sustenance and remembered Rafe's stance on Taco John's. Rather than drive home, I went out of my way to patronize the establishment.
In a cement truck, I hope.
Oh, yeah.
I got myself, that is the visual that I have as well. I got myself a stuffed grilled taco combo, medium, of course, as I am a grown-ass man watching my girlish figure. The combo was the only logical decision because I got to try all the accoutrements that Rafe talks about.
That's right.
The polite woman taking my order was so naive, asking me if I wanted the nacho cheese with my potato ole side. Of course I did. Of course.
Not even a question.
What did she think I was, some kind of loser to Rafe's simpleton trivia?
Thank you.
No.
I'll take your food the way God himself intended with a small cup of nacho cheese. Upon getting my order, I couldn't help but notice my bag had some heft to it. Yeah. I opened the sack up to see a cup overflowing with potato oles, showering my grilled tacos with crunchies. A very welcome, generous helping, I must admit. The oles were fresh, hot, and crunchy with not too much salt. Even better, paired with the nacho cheese, A+. My grilled stuffed taco was so fresh that I had to set it in front of my truck air conditioner. It was a cement truck.
Yes.
Before I could even handle the damn thing.
Hell yes.
It was amazing. The flavor was spectacular and all the toppings were in every bite. There was no abhorrent sour cream. I can't say that. I can't say that either. To top everything off, I'm 6'4", 230-pound cement truck driver. I was full and completely satiated for just a little over $9. Absolutely outstanding.
Nice.
I have a theory about wanting, craving, and singing praises of things we cannot locally have, such as New England beer, In-N-Out burgers. You only sing the praises because it's not regularly available.
Right.
It's really not special. It's just special to you because you can't get it every day.
Scarcity.
And that's totally acceptable. I won't deny anyone their pleasures in life. Taco John's is an exception to this theory.
Yes.
It really is that damn superior. I hereby throw down the Baja Blast and pick up the Ole banner with pride. Cinnamon twists on its sides. Fighting Johnny's member number 64 reporting for duty.
Yes.
Yes.
P.S. Learn, my girlfriend retired as a sergeant in the United States Marine Corps. She is a person I admire most as one of the strongest and most resilient people I've ever known, and she absolutely adores having you on the show.
Oh, I love her, and thank you for your service.
She says it's great having a strong woman on the program. Strong women up?
What's up? I love this completely, this whole email.
He's not finished.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He says, I got in and then out of my feels because of Moon. Taco John's has Big Chad energy. I'm not sure what that means. Learn is South Park Macho Man Randy Savage, strong woman for the Riz Show. Best wishes. Fighting Johnny and Pork Steak Private number 64.
Wow.
And then he attached a crudely made photo of Rafe
He did.
Let me
I
see
saw
it.
that.
while waiting in the drive-thru to commemorate the occasion.
And while you're
It's
talking
basically
about this,
Rafe's face on the Taco John's logo.
Okay.
I said you.
That's
Yeah,
all-
you Instagram that.
While you're
today.
talking about this, I just got an email from Bethany over in marketing, and she said, this is before we even start, like it came in right as you started talking about this, and she said, whoever brought up this Taco John's thing is my hero, because I guess she's from Cape Girardeau, and she said it was the only flex she had from being from Cape over St.
nice.
Louis. Yeah,
Well, so
this is awesome.
I read that email because
Great email, by the way.
Great email.
And kudos to you, brother.
And rarely do I read an email that long on the air like this. But it comes on the back of an afternoon
Yes.
where Rafe and I had a very, very serious meeting with Taco John's.
We did.
Now, I can't get into too many details here
Right.
because, there are legalities in play.
Well, and there's
because-
still things working out.
That's right. We were in play talking to them about bringing...
Pawns have been moved.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Pawns have been moved. And
The game has
nay,
begun.
A night has been. Not only have a few pawns been moved, a knight has been brought out of the back line.
Yep.
That's right.
That's
We
how
are-
far into this chess game we are right now.
We had a great call. Let's just say it was a great call. I thought Learn was going to be on the call, and she just observed.
I just listened to these two talk business with this man who had all the answers, who was also on edge because, disclaimer, you opened up the conversation, said, hey, we're a morning show in St. Louis, kind of told the whole story about how this whole interest came about. And you could tell that guy was kind of on edge, like, is this a morning show bit?
Right.
And you guys made damn sure to explain to him this is 100% serious.
Yeah, this is not a bit. We have real questions.
Yeah.
And was that your take? Like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how did you think that we were
You
gonna handle
both
this
asked
call?
excellent questions. I can tell you both have done business in the past. I had some questions rolling through my head, and at some point, each one of you answered that. You asked the questions to this man, so I was like, all right, good. Places are in the right places. And I was impressed with how accessible this could be for us to do. And at the end of the call, I looked at both of you as you were going back and forth about some details, and I said, I have the money.
And I said,
I have the
"I
money.
knew it.
Give us the
I
money.
knew you had some sort of trust fund or something.
I go, I
Give us
got
the
this."
money, Lernbowski.
However, I got home and told my husband about my plans, and we had a nice talk about that as well. So he's going to need some winning
Well,
over.
your plan's better than
that's
his
fine.
plan. I can tell you that.
That's
Well,
fine. Have him
what
come
I've
in
heard.
and
Yeah.
talk to us because we've got the answers.
We should have Tim on.
We'll mow the yard
Dude,
with.
I will say this: with no rehearsal and no conversation ahead of time, we were a pretty good team.
You were.
I felt like, man, I think me and Moon could go sell a show to NBC.
For
Like,
real.
I feel like
I hope you do.
we had a good.
I'm not bad.
We were kind of bouncing back and forth, and I'm like, I'm coming in on this one.
Right.
And then he took the reins, and I was like,
It was a
with
good
no,
team, man.
we had a good flow.
I'm not bad in the business flow. And
Jazz, we had some business jazz happening.
Yeah.
dude.
you were the perfect balance because just so the listeners out there don't think that it was just all business talk. We were super business talk and really getting down to it, down to the dirty because we're very, very serious about this. This is not
Extremely
this is-
serious.
This is not. I mean, it's fun, but it's not funny. Like this is like a serious thing. But don't think for 1 second that Rafe didn't sneak in all sorts of emotional things like,
The
hey,
Fightin' Johnnies.
what happened to this kind of sauce? And then
did.
he talked about the Fightin' Johnnies. He talked about all of that.
You got your questions
It
I
was
got to the
all
bottom
discussed.
of whether the house dressing will remain intact. What percentage of the business breakfast has brought in, which
That's
is
right.
9%.
That's right.
In case you're wondering.
You asked every one of the right questions. Like you are the heart
It
of
was
this push.
the perfect qualitative questions, quantitative questions.
Wow.
Business and details, which is what you need to have a successful business
I agree.
remain strong. So when this happens, because it will, this is going to be maybe the coolest thing that has happened to St. Louis since the city SC. It's probably still a couple years out,
yeah.
but this
I
might
don't know.
damn well happen.
I can see this moving
I don't know.
fast.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is coming
I could
soon.
see this coming in a wave.
It was- It was fun.
Here's what I'll say without giving away too many details because I don't know what the legalities are. By the end of this phone call, a skeptical man was flipped.
Yep.
And he was all about us owning a Taco John's.
Yep.
And so much, in fact, that he said the normal business practices is they won't sell to a region unless you're going to open 5. Mm-hmm. That was like their typical franchising. Like, we want to open 5 in an area. But he said, I'm so excited about this opportunity.
Right.
And your enthusiasm and the fact that you guys are on a morning show that we could probably consider an unorthodox deal to open a single Taco John's just to make it happen. And that was pretty dope, I thought.
That is amazing.
Yep, this is what it sounded like as the phone call came to an end.
When we came out of the hallway.
I shared a photo of you guys. I took like a candid photo of you guys on the phone.
You got us looking awfully serious.
It was you guys in your real element. And the outstanding support from Team Riz and just people left and right that are fighting Johnny's. People saying they are willing to invest. Small investments, large-scale investments. People want this to happen.
We got to the bottom of that, too, whether what the liquidity is, whether we need a single investor. We got it all. We got the deets.
We got the information. We've got a potential partner here. This is going to be great.
What about this guy sending this email? He doesn't like his job. He loves Taco John's. He loves the show. Is he willing to move back to St. Louis, possibly be a manager of the Rizzuto Taco
We did
John's?
talk about that.
Look at that.
It's a great call.
You're
You know what I'm saying?
hiring people.
We could change
That's a
this guy's
good
life,
point.
too.
Because
I like
we did
this.
talk about, we had a serious talk about who should man if we had a conglomerate and a partnership, invested stakes in this restaurant.
Right.
The guy bought in on the other end. He said, let me ask you this, who's going to manage it? And we said, we have several thoughts on that. And he's like, in my experience, it has to be someone that shares your love and enthusiasm. Yep. Someone whose livelihood is tied to the business because they'll care about it. Mm-hmm. They'll care about the quality. And they'll make sure that Taco John's name is rightfully being displayed and loved in the St. Louis area.
Right.
And I was like, I couldn't agree with you more, pal.
And then he said, who's this King Scott character I hear about? Mm-hmm. Maybe
He's like, just kidding, I already knew.
Sling tacos. Oh, gosh. What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, like, the emotions that as the phone call ended, like, I didn't want the phone call to end because I really thought
yeah, dude.
you guys were
We were having
building
a good
ground.
time.
I don't know if you've seen the movie Air yet, but that's basically was me and
Yeah,
Moon
yeah.
yesterday. Like, we're just like, dude, this guy
Just making
was
stuff happen.
Taco John's is Michael Jordan in this scenario. St. Louis is Nike,
Yeah.
and we were making it happen.
That's
We're
right.
just a little startup, just a couple of guys with a dream.
That's awesome.
This
And I'm excited.
is just the beginning.
Yep.
Next email. Okay,
Get a
so
cement truck, dude. Just get sour cream in it.
Yeah.
Get that house dressing in there. Mix it up in a cement truck, dude. Woo! Bring in a pork steak taco. You can only get it in St. Louis.
Yep.
We got a lot of ideas. That's the point of that story.
this is from Matt, listener Matt. He says, I was listening on Monday, and I was listening to Learn talk about her feeling of panic while driving.
Yeah.
I literally have the exact same thing.
Oh, sweet.
Have
friend.
the need to escape. Sometimes I plan my drives around traffic, usually always in the right lane. It's such a burden that I feel nobody understands, so I'm glad that I'm not the only one.
Hey, man, you're not alone. I'm with you. It's a freaking nightmare, but we're in the nightmare together, buddy.
Matt says also her sleep things. By the way,
This guy my soulmate?
I don't
What's
like
going
that
on?
sentence. I have that too, where I'm falling asleep and I see things and usually explode up out of the bed to investigate, only to realize I'm now awake and I just lay back down. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's even very bright lights, gunshots, or explosions, which I recently learned is called exploding head syndrome.
Yes.
Anyways, it's nice to hear people talk about real issues because sometimes trying to explain it to other people makes me feel like I'm just alone and ridiculous. P.S. Learn looks exactly like Robin from this season of Dave.
Thank you.
I'm fairly certain it was actually her.
Yep, I am in the show Dave, and I'm a millionaire actress, and we have exploding head syndrome, buddy. No, what is that girl's name? Oh gosh, what is
Chloe?
it? Chloe Bennett.
Robin from this season of Dave.
I look
That's
like
her
Chloe Bennett or Olivia Thirlby. Those are my or Kate Beckinsale. I'm in good company with my
Ooh,
doppelganger.
boy.
Yeah, we were just talking about this off the air where I was like, when people say you look like someone, it's always like smoking hot, beautiful, Kate Beckinsale is one of the most attractive people on earth. That when they say I look like someone, I'm like, please stop.
Right?
Like, no, you're going to want to hear this. I'm like, I'm not going to want to hear this. It's never cool. It's always something. It's always trying to like run me in the ground or make me feel like a giant pile of crap about myself.
Well, you shouldn't feel that
I
way.
think it's the downside of being a comic is no one's coming in with anything flattering. They're like, it's roast time.
No. Yeah, I can see that.
That's fine.
I'm here to publicly say on the air
sucks.
you have a gorgeous face.
Thank you.
And you should not feel run down
I
to
agree.
the ground.
I'm here to say on the other, you have gorgeous legs.
Thank you.
Better than Jamie
Also
Rivers.
true.
I will also put on the
I
air
will say that
publicly.
as
Beautiful
well.
back.
Next one is, hey, everybody, and King Scott. I was listening to the podcast from yesterday. I was thinking about all the singing that's been going on. We do sing a lot on the show.
Hell
now.
yeah.
You guys should bring back the game where you had to guess the song while Jeff or, anybody else in the studio did ski, scoo, scott,
Yeah, I was doing this yesterday at home, thinking about that game.
He wants
Really?
to see how Learn and Rafe would do. 5 out of 5 stars. It's basically mumble the hits is what we call
Okay.
it. Mumble the hits. Super fun.
You want me to pick out one right now, see if you can guess it?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. I'll do an easy one. Dun 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 dun.
Oh.
Dun 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 dun.
That's,
which one?
That's Vanilla Ice.
Under Pressure.
It's Under Pressure.
Under pressure.
All right.
Which one?
Let's see.
I'll do an easy one.
Let me do this one.
Oh,
Nine
that's,
Inch Nails.
yeah,
Nine Inch Nails!
Closer! Closer!
All right.
Hey, that's
Wow,
pretty
I
good.
was way off.
We should play Mumble the Hits tomorrow.
All right, cool.